Hey there, everyone. Welcome to episode 347 of the Building in Public series. Today is our Thursday update. And obviously, today is Christmas. So, first things first, before we get started, Merry Christmas to our friends, our family, our amazing clients, and anyone who watches these videos. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great Christmas. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's episodes. Today's episode's a pretty interesting one, obviously, with it being Christmas. You know, it's one of those, a lot of people obviously try not to work over Christmas. A lot of people can't help it. I'm one of those, unfortunately, right? I made the decision at the start of the year to record a year in the life of Provide and basically what we do here on a day-to-day basis. And it's one of those today, we're, I suppose, fortunate enough to be busy enough to work on Christmas Day. Now, it's one of those, you know, I'll be honest, if I didn't set out the challenge to, record every day, obviously for the challenge, pretty much, I wouldn't probably be working Christmas Day. But it's one of those, right? We've been lucky enough this year to be very, very busy at this time of the year. Now, usually, when it comes round to the holiday season, Christmas time, New Year's, that's typically when we're dead in a way, right? That's when we're the most quietest. But we're actually quite lucky because we've been working on this website specifically for the past 2 weeks, and you guys would have seen it. It's the guys over at Peaky Blinds. Now, what we're doing here today is a pretty interesting bit of work. Essentially, I kind of realized to myself that, we've built the framework of the site, we've built the systems in place. You can go to like your blinds, you can select your fabrics, you can put in your width, your drops, you can get a price, that sort of stuff, all good, all sorted, right? But the problem is we didn't really factor in the designs for the baskets or the checkouts or the next part of the customer experience, right? When someone is ready to purchase and buy. So what I decided to do was, instead of sticking with your typical WooCommerce default basket and checkout and everything like that, I thought I'd switch it up a little bit, and I designed something a bit more personal, a bit more bespoke, so that way then everyone who uses the site gets a very unique experience when they use it, right? And it's just a different basket and different different checkout layout that people are typically used to when it comes to, your WooCommerce or your Shopify experiences. And yeah, I thought that would be a pretty cool thing to do for today's episode. We're currently in the process of building out different parts of the code. So right now what we're trying to do is, instead of it showing the default images like this, we want to try and show the specific fabric that they selected, because that way then when users, go through the whole process, they can see from the moment they added it to cart, all the way to checkout, what fabric swatch they're using. And yeah, I think, to be honest, that's going to be enough for our task list today. Once we get that nailed, it's basically tomorrow, same process. We're going to get the website to a point where it's ready for a go live checklist. So we've started to do little things already by making it faster and little things like that, but we're going to prep everything ready for when the guys at Peaky Blinds are back, more specifically when their payment provider is back around and in work. So maybe between Boxing Day and New Year's, they might be around, so we can get that nailed and get that sorted. But if they're not back until the first week of January, it's not really an issue. It just means we can tidy up and tweak things as we go. And it's a pretty interesting sort of time for us as well, because we've got a lot of other things in the pipeline that we can look at. We've got a bunch of website redesigns that we can look at and everything. So I think where I'm sort of at the moment on my list, it's Peaky Blinds being top, and then there are some SEO things underneath that, and then there are basically redesigns and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. We still have quite a while left until the 5th. We've got what, 2 weeks roughly. So we'll see how it goes for the next few days, next week or so, and yeah, we'll go from there. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for today's episode. We're just going to crack on, get these little bits added, integrated, and then who knows? We might have a break and relax for the rest of Christmas. But yeah, guys. Anyway, thank you very much for making it to the end of this video. Like I said at the start, I hope you guys have a great Christmas, and I'll see you tomorrow for episode 348. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.